Linda. So you're the only one that did a photo essay. In my other class, I had a number of them, but you're the only one that chose to here. And your idea here was based on an article, which I'm really happy that you shared that with us, about cybersecurity. And it seems like we're hearing more and more about this in regards to how, especially here in the US, we are terrible at it. So I think this is a very relevant topic for you to be taking on. So you have 3 images with the same subject in them. Here he's looking, here it's not clear what he's looking at. Here it's much more clear that this is something for the computer. And then here it's very clear what he's doing as he's reading a book on hacking and password attack and business. And we can get just a few key words off of that give us an idea of what is going on in the image. So let's look at them. Let's just get rid of these really quick. Look at them all together, because part of what we want to do is see this as a story. We want to see a beginning, a middle, and an end. We want to look and see if there's like a establishing shot, a detail shot. And at this point, all of the images are very similar. And I think actually one of these images could work fine for an editorial image. But the idea of thinking of this as a essay, I think we're starting to need more detail. We need something that's the beginning, like maybe getting hacked. We can't, if we look here, we can see there's stuff on the screen, but we don't know exactly what's going on, right? Anti-spam, suspicious email traffic, but we don't know exactly what's going on. We don't feel, or I don't feel, like what he's looking at is related to what's on the screen necessarily. So understanding maybe what's on the screen would be helpful, but having an establishing shot, having a detail shot, and having a portrait, I feel like all of these are kind of each of those, right? All of them are standalone images, and I don't think anything in these images, especially these first 2, stands out enough to make the other one necessary. So I think you could just have this image and not have this image, and we would have enough information. There's nothing extra added, right? This is nice because we're able to see what it is more. Here it's nice because we can see the spam, so maybe combining those 2 aspects would work better. And then the last image, having him looking at a book, I think that makes sense as well. So trying to figure out how you can make this into more of a story. Maybe at first we're looking at the back of his head and we have this big warning come up on the screen. Like that would be an establishing shot. And then a medium shot would be him looking at this here, or reading the book, or making a phone call and being on hold, right? Something like that could give us that in-between shot. And then how we can kind of finish it up would have to depend on which way your story went. If he solves this issue, if he's going to school to solve this issue, if he's, the authorities are coming in for this issue, like what is the next step for this? So like I said, I think either of these work for an editorial, but I think as an essay, we need to have more of a storyline going on, more of how things are happening. And I think that would build this out for us. So your lighting is nice in all of these images. I think you've done a great job separating your subject from the computer screen. He has nice light on him, but it's not this like studio light that feels artificial and like it wouldn't really be in this situation. It feels very believable here. I don't know if it's just window light or if you're adding artificial light to this. If we're going through that, like protagonist, it's clear. The stage is clear. The costume is clear. He's like a little dressed up for being at home in front of his computer. So we think that he might be more professional. The lighting's really nice. And then the drama, I think, comes in with either what's on the computer here or what is he reading. So I think this does fit more for the editorial. But I think you could, if you wanted to, build it out into more of an essay.